In another week, the OWS movement will be at Sagati Park for 2 months. What's been happening there on an ordinary level? Well, it's to no surprise they have broken up into neighborhoods. At one end of the park are the drummers and people with drug problems. At another place, we've got the gays, lesbians, transgenders. Then in another area, we have the poli-sci majors and graduates, all discussing and arguing about the machinations of the government and the investment bankers. And then in another area, they've got for women only. This is because there have been several sexual assaults, unfortunately. Now we have a de facto security team that patrols the park night and day in different shifts. So in terms of the neighborhoods, what's happened is birds of a feather flock together. No big surprise. Sort of human, huh? But what's happening on a deeper level? What's really going on? They're all having sex. When you hear that, what happens? Sex is a loaded word, isn't it? How we think about it, feel about it. Pro and con. Are we really neutral? And on another level, I mean, we've all seen the videos and the films, and nobody's having sex. So what's the speaker talking about? Well, perhaps it's because we tend to define sex only on the physical level. But we're having an exchange of energies, a reciprocal maintenance. Isn't that sex? It's just not physical. It's happening emotional. It's happening mentally. And yes, spiritually as well. But we all tend to take ourselves as nouns, not as verbs. Verbs are energy. And what we do with that energy is what we become, the nouns we become. The athlete, the actor, the professor, the salesman, the computer analyst, whatever the job is. That's who we are, isn't it? That's our noun. But what happens when we lose the noun? Or, in terms of young people, we can't even get a job, become a noun. Well, we revert to what we actually always are, a verb, energy, reciprocal maintenance. The flora, the fauna, human beings, higher developed human beings, and beyond that, everyone is having sex, exchange of energies, reciprocal maintenance. But it goes further than that. The whole planet and all the planets in the solar system are having an exchange of energies, sex. And the solar system and the galaxies, all of the galaxies, the whole universe is sex. Sex. Isn't that amazing? But we only limit ourselves to the physical. And yet the reality is there's reciprocal maintenance going on all the time. Take physical sex. Usually, it's not so much, is it? We're not too relaxed. It happens very quickly, especially today when we're so mental. But wonder if we were more conscious of ourselves, more relaxed, more trusting. We would come to higher and higher vibrations where we would pass beyond gender. We would pass beyond the person into the transcendental consciousness, beingness in the timeless. That's an experience that's possible for every human being. Some, however, unfortunately, have become compulsive in one way or another about sex. And what happens? We have sexual assaults on one level or another. This is coarse and base, and no more than what the animals do. In fact, it's below the animals, because the animals simply have sex. It's not a psychological offloading. They have sex, and it's natural and beautiful, though they may not know it. With us, we can have sex at the coarsest level, or the most sacred or divine. It's a choice, it's a wish, it's a knowledge. Let's talk more about this.